Daisuke Matsuzaka, 2-1 lifetime against the Oakland A's. He toes the rubber for Game 2 of the series against the A's. Hi again, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, and welcome to Red Sox Baseball. Well, tonight it's Daisuke Matsuzaka, and you never can tell what he's going to do. Lately, a pattern has been one good one, one bad one for Daisuke, and over the last 4 starts, things have been up and down. Daisuke has only lost consecutive starts once over the last 2 seasons. He is 2-1 at home this season. His ERA nearly 2 full runs lower than it is on the road. And Matsuzaka's last outing against the Oakland A's last season, he lasted just 1 inning, allowing 5 runs. He was placed on the DL right after that start. We welcome in Jerry Remy. And Jerry, a good win last night for the Red Sox and another good night for the bullpen.
Well, the bullpen has been very, very good, especially getting up to Jonathan Papelbon to close out games. And talking about guys like Manny Del Carmen and Daniel Bard, their numbers speak for themselves, especially over the last few games. Outstanding numbers, and both have different things to offer. First of all, Manny Del Carmen with that tremendous changeup, just as effective against left-handers as he is against right-handers. And Daniel Bard, a completely different style, comes in with that 99 to 100 mile an hour fastball and a developing slider, which is awfully tough on right-handers. Early this afternoon, Terry Francona spoke about Manny Del Carmen.
Velocity's been back to where it was, close to it. Change-up with a left-hander, breaking ball. He's got all 3 pitches. That's what's made him good in the past. That's why we talked all spring about it. He's such an important part of our bullpen because he can go multiple innings and he can face left and right-hand hitters. And he's a guy that, you know, certainly when we have a lead, we got Bard sitting out there and Pap. We all know that. But there's games when you're tied or down 1 or up 1 that he gives you that different look, and it's really important.
The Red Sox are hoping that bullpen will continue to roll along. We'll roll along with more right after this. Ben Sheets, formerly of the Milwaukee Brewers, has never faced the Red Sox. He will tonight in Game 2 of the 3-game series. Welcome back to the broadcast booth, everybody, as the Red Sox and A's play the middle game of the 3-game series, and it is indeed Ben Sheets who's on the mound tonight. He missed all of last year with elbow surgery, and this season is 2-3 so far, but his last 5 starts have been much better as he's starting to come around for the Oakland A's. The 5 strong starts for Sheets come after allowing 9 runs in 3 1/3 innings against Toronto back on May 2nd. He has only 1 win to show over the last 5 starts, but Oakland has won 4 of the 5 games. He has pitched at least 6 innings in each of the starts and won a season high in his last outing against Detroit. With an injury update, here's Heidi Watney.
Don, Mike Cameron was examined today, and the word Terry Francona used to describe the findings was relief. He said they were able to rule out a number of things, including an additional tear. And the biggest news is that Cameron can't further injure himself by playing.
Cam feels a lot better knowing that when this subsides, which it already is, but to the point where he can do everything he wants, he's not going to hurt himself. I think already you can see a little different look in his eyes. So that was really good news. He's not going to play tonight. I don't know if he'll play tomorrow, and when he does play, like we talked about before, we'll keep an eye on him. But that was really encouraging news.
So Cameron could return to the Sox lineup in the next couple of days. Now, as for Jacoby Ellsbury, he went out for a second straight day and did some work in the field with the trainers, but there is no timetable for his return quite yet. Don.
All right, Heidi, thanks very much. The Red Sox and Oakland A's getting ready for Game 2 of the series. It's coming your way next. Dunkin' Donuts, your New England Ford dealers, Olympia Sports, the official sporting goods retailer, the New England Sports Network, Noni's 7-Day Croissants, and by New England Kia dealers. Beautiful night tonight in Boston as the Red Sox and Oakland Athletics play Game 2 of the 3-game series. The fans on this beautiful night settling into Fenway Park as the Red Sox look to make it 2 in a row over the Oakland A's, as the Red Sox able to beat the A's in Game 1 of the series, as the Red Sox take the field tonight at Fenway Park. As they do, let's check out the Oakland A's starting 9. Rajay Davis leads it off in center field. Derek Barton at first base. Ryan Sweeney is in right field batting third, with Kurt Suzuki doing the catching. It is Jack Cuss, the DH, with Mark Ellis at second base batting sixth. Gabe Rose back in left field. Adam Rosales in the lineup tonight at third base. And it's Cliff Pennington at shortstop, who bats ninth for the A's. On the mound tonight for the Red Sox is Daisuke Matsuzaka, his seventh start of the year. He missed the entire first month of the year with a neck strain. He is 3-2 with a 5.77 ERA. He's worked in 34 1/3 innings and has a .218 opponent batting average. Last time out against Kansas City, a lot of walks, 4 2/3 innings. He walks 8, gives up only 3 runs and only 2 hits, but did take the loss against Kansas City.
The Red Sox defense is 4th in the American League. They've made 29 errors in their 53 games. Adrian Beltre will be at third base. Marco Scutaro, the shortstop. Dustin Pedroia at second, and Kevin Youkilis at first. Left to right, Jeremy Hermida, Donnell McDonald, and J.D. Drew. And Jason Varitek doing the catching for Matsuzaka.
Umpiring crew, Subi Buckner has it played tonight, calling the balls and strikes with Doug Eddings at first base, Dana DeMuth at second base, and Kerwin Danley is the umpire at third. When available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your television remote. Enjoy the game.
Buenas noches, amigos.
68 degrees at the ballpark tonight. Wind going from right to left at 9 miles per hour. And partly cloudy is the forecast for the night. Lots of blue sky above Fenway Park as we get this started tonight. The lights are on. And as we talked about off the top, really difficult to figure out what you get from Daisuke Matsuzaka time in and time out, as Matsuzaka has been very inconsistent. One good, one bad so far this season.
Well, last time out, 8 walks in 4 2/3 innings for Daisuke, giving up the 3 earned runs. That was against the Kansas City Royals. In his career against Oakland, 2-1 with a 4.21 ERA.
And as we mentioned last year, in his only appearance against the A's, a very tough outing lasting just 1 inning. That was in Oakland. He gave up 5 runs and then went on the DL the very next day. Here is the speedster, Rajai Davis, to lead it off as he takes strike 1. We're underway. Rajai Davis, 267 with a home run and 15 runs batted in. Breaking ball in there for strike 2, and it's quickly 0-2.
Fastball slider for Daisuke to get ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes.
Trying to elevate, and it's on the ground up the middle. Pedroia to the backhand, off-balance throw, and it's just in time. Wow, very close, and Rajai Davis thought he beat it out. In a hurry with him running.
Yeah, he can really get down that first base line, and no time to waste for Dustin Pedroia. The backhand, the quick release, and a very close play at first base. Rajai Davis can fly. He's calling the safe sign, but didn't get that same call from Doug Eddings.
Bob Guerin arguing at first base as he thought he was able to reach it. And I don't know, Jerry. It looked like he may have beaten that out. Taking a look.
Yeah, my initial thought watching it from up here is that he did beat it out. We'll take a look on replay, and it's awfully close. Foot hit the bag before the ball was in the glove.
Very close.
Too close to call.
Well, one thing's for sure, he can fly. There's no doubt about that. As the A's have a speedster, it's Doug Eddings, who's the umpire at first base. Bob Guerin making his way back to the dugout. 1 out here in the first inning, and it brings up Derek Barton, the first baseman who totes a .280 batting average hitting into tonight's action. 4 home runs and 22 runs batted in. The strike evens it counted 1-1.
Barton against Matsuzaka, 1 for 6 in his career, and that 1 hit a home run. You see the 8 games hitting streak that he's on right now.
All 8 games of this current road trip for the Oakland A's coming in. Is the second longest hitting streak of his career. Best he's had is 9 games. Did that in September of 2007. As Bob Guerin, the manager of the Oakland A's, who comes in here in a virtual tie with the Texas Rangers, actually percentage points behind him. This is to left field. Hermida has it go off his glove. It glances to center. McDonald will gun it into second base, but not before Barton ends up at second with 1 down. Literally clanking off the glove of Hermida in left center.
Yeah, that ball was slicing back to him. He gets a glove on it, a ball he certainly could have caught, but was right off the finger of the glove.
Well, they have given Barton credit for a double. Hermida unable to catch it, and Barton's at second base with 1 down. There is Ryan Sweeney, the left-handed hitting right fielder for Oakland, who takes ball 1 down and in. Sweeney at 309 with a home run and 24 runs batted in. Last 24 games, he's hit at .333. At .327. The runners in scoring position is hits this high in the air to left field. Hermida back at the wall, and it's going to kick off the wall. From second base, Barton will score, throw to second, and Sweeney is safe with an RBI double that has the A's on top 1-0.
Well, both left-handers, Barton and Sweeney, going to the opposite direction. But this one from Sweeney, no chance for Hermida to catch. It's up against the wall. By the time it comes down, a run home for the Oakland Athletics as they have the quick 1-0 lead in this ball game.
Kurt Suzuki, the catcher, standing in on the right side. Strike one from Daisuke. Suzuki at .246 coming in with 4 home runs and 18 runs batted in. He was reinstated from the 15-day DL on May 16th and sitting at .237 and now 16 games since his return. Fouls it off the end of the bat, and it's 0-2. Amazingly, he had hit safely in each of his first 21 career games against Boston. Wood lined out as a pinch hitter in the 9th inning of last game against the Red Sox, July 30th of last year. But a .246 overall average for the Oakland catcher. Hits it to deep left field. Deep, far, and gone into the monster seats. A 2-run home run for Kurt Suzuki. A 3-0 Oakland A's start in the first inning.
Now Suzuki picks up home run number 5 on the season, and he does it on a breaking ball from Matsuzaka. It's the slider that stays out over the plate. And Suzuki finds the monster seats very, very quickly with the line drive home run.
That is now 12 earned runs given up in the first inning for Daisuke Matsuzaka in just his 7th start of the year. Red Sox go into the shift on Jack Cust. As Cust takes ball 1 away. .250 for Cust, no homers, 3 runs batted in. In 2008, in 29 starts, the year that Daisuke won 18 games, he gave up 12 runs in the first inning that entire season. He's done that here in his 7th start, giving up 3 runs in the first. So it's 12 earned runs so far given up by Daisuke in the first inning of his outings. Just outside. And it's 3-0. There's a strike, 3-1. Cuss now, Ellis next as the A's bat here in the first inning already on top 3-0. It's a by him, full count, 3-2. Just has enjoyed his stay at Fenway Park, member of the Oakland A's. He's led them in home runs each of the last 3 years. And talked about it last night, started this year at AAA. And a first for the A's so far, 2-run home run for Kurt Suzuki out of this 3-run first inning. Swing and a miss. Daisuke battles back to strike out Jack Cust. And there's 2 down in the first inning.
Well, Matsuzaka picks up his first strikeout with a fastball by Cust. Fastball up just above the belt.
So 2 down for Mark Ellis. Even 300 batting average with a home run, 9 runs batted in. More fastballs, and there's strike 1. Ellis has gone 7 for 13 his last 4 games, and total of 276 batting average since coming off the DL. He lines this into center field. That's a 2-out single for Mark Ellis, and the 4th hit for the Oakland A's in the first inning.
Well, 3 of the hits have been on fastballs, the home run on a breaking ball. Once again, the fastball from Matsuzaka stays out over the plate, and Mark Ellis is now well over 300 against Daisuke Matsuzaka. Came into the game at 308 with a home run.
So 2 down, Ellis at first base, and here is Gabe Gross. Gross at 291 with a home run, 7 runs batted in. He has been hot lately, 10 for his last 23, and had 3 hits in the ball game last night. He was 3 for 4 with a double. Another guy who's hit Daisuke well, hitting at 333 in his career against Matsuzaka. Gross down 0-2. Last 8 games for Gross. Told you he's been hot. As you look at the numbers, 435 for Gross. A long stretch. In fact, it was 52 games without a home run. And they hit a 2-run home run off Brad Bergeson in the 2nd inning last Thursday night in Baltimore to snap that streak. High fly ball to center field, sending McDonald back onto the warning track to make the catch. It ends the inning. 3 runs in the inning for the Oakland A's, who lead it 3-0. Three 0 tonight out of the gate. Oakland A's scoring 3 times off Daisuke Matsuzaka. The former Oakland A, Marco Scudero, leads it off here in the bottom of the first inning against Ben Sheets. His 11 previous starts, a 2-3 record, a 4.91 earned run average. Of course, missing all of last year with elbow surgery. His last decision, a no decision against the Tigers last time out. 7 innings, 5 hits, and 3 runs. He struck out 6 and walked a batter.
Not too many of these Red Sox have faced Ben Sheets. Only 4 guys in the starting lineup have had at-bats against Sheets. And Marco Scutaro, not one of those.
Suzuki framing it on the outside corner, but it's ball 2, 2-1. This is grounded off of Sheets, kicks to second, and Ellis can't get it. He deflected it, changing direction. I think if he lets it go, Ellis would have been right there, but what's a natural reaction trying to get it is Sheets, and ends up redirecting it by his second baseman.
Yeah, even after deflecting it, I thought that the second baseman, Ellis, was going to be able to make the play. He stopped, he dives to his left, but he can't get to it. Gets by him, and Scutaro has the base hit.
So lead runner on for Boston here in the bottom of the first inning, as Dustin Pedroia takes strike one. Boston's average at .254, 8 home runs and 25 runs batted in. Talking about Ben Sheets, his entire career prior to this year in Milwaukee. Pedroia to right, but right at Ryan Sweeney for the first out here of the first inning. Let's check out the Red Sox starting lineup. It's brought to you by New England Chevy Dealers. Marco Scutaro at shortstop, Dustin Pedroia at second base, David Ortiz at DH, Kevin Youkilis is at first base, J.D. Drew in right, Adrian Beltre at third base, Jeremy Hermida is in left, Jason Varitek does the catching, and Darnell McDonald in center field bats ninth. Well, the player for the month of May, David Ortiz. 264 overall, 11 home runs and 31 runs batted in. The news handed down today by Major League Baseball that not only is David Ortiz the player of the month, but John Lester voted as the pitcher of the month for the month of May. Ortiz, opposite field, deep, far, and off the wall. Dave Gross will play the carom. Throw goes to second. It is not in time. David sliding in with a double.
Well, David Ortiz using the opposite field. He gets that fastball out over the plate and uses the left field wall to his advantage. Actually, a pretty close play at second base as Gabe Gross backs off, makes a good strong throw, but Ortiz in before the tag.
David had an 8-game hitting streak come to an end last night. Starts a new one tonight with his wall ball double. It is second and third, one out. Youkilis fouling it off to the right now to play.
First couple of fastballs for Sheets were around 90. That last one at 95 to Kevin Youkilis.
Well, Sheets, his last year in Milwaukee, was 13-9 back in 2008 prior to the elbow surgery. Red Sox last night 6 for 16 with runners in scoring position. Have runners at second and third here, one out. Breaking ball in there for a strike, and it's 1-2. Youkilis to center field. It'll fall. In from third comes Scutaro. Here comes Ortiz. The throw low off the mark. 2 runs in. The Red Sox back within a run as Youkilis drives in a pair.
Well, first of all, a good job of hitting by Youkilis to get 2 runs home and good base running. He saw the throw from Rajai Davis was going to be over the head of the cutoff man, so he'd go ahead and take second base. Gets in a scoring position. Then you see him dropping the fastball in the center field. Now here comes the relay throw. It's going to be a high one. Youkilis reads that. He goes in a scoring position at second base.
The league leaders as the pitch is in there for a strike to J.D. Drew. League leaders are brought to you by Olympia Sports, the official sporting goods retailer, the New England Sports Network. Runners in scoring position. The Red Sox as a team now hitting at 280. And Kevin Youkilis drives in a pair with his single to center. Took second on the throw. JD starting the night hitting at 269. Turns on this, but he's out ahead, fouling it down the right field line. Key matchup is brought to you by New England Acura dealers. JD, one of the guys, of course, who spent his career in the National League prior to coming to Boston, who has faced Ben Sheets a lot. 290 average, 4 home runs against him. His time in Milwaukee for Sheets. Through this season at 269, 6 homers, 31 runs batted in. 1 for 4 in last night's game with an RBI. Popped up left side. The shortstop, Pennington, makes the catch for the second out of the inning.
The defense for the Oakland Athletics, they're 5th in the American League with 31 errors on the season. Adam Rosales at third base, Cliff Pennington the shortstop, Mark Ellis at second, and Derek Martin the first baseman. Gabe Gross in left, Rajay Davis in center, and Ryan Sweeney in right, and Kurt Suzuki doing the catching for Ben Sheets.
2 outs in the inning. Kevin Youkilis at second base, and Adrian Beltre the batter. Beltre takes strike 1. 95 that time from Sheets. 342 for Beltre. 6 home runs, 37 runs batted in. Beltre starting the night, 5th in the American League in batting average at 342. As Justin Morneau is setting the pace in the American League, hitting at 374 to start the night. So not a terrific start for either starter. Daisuke Matsuzaka gives up 3 runs in the top half of the first. Ben Sheets has given up 2 runs in the bottom of the first so far. As Beltre takes a pitch away, and it's 2-1. Three and one. Sheets has primarily been a fastball curveball pitcher. He's mixed in a cutter over the last year plus that he will mix in on occasion. This is sent down the right field line and foul. And most figured if they got to the trade deadline time and the Oakland A's were not in it, which I think most expected they may not be, maybe some teams lined up interested in Ben Sheets with his good track record in the past. But the A's right now are tied for first. Ground ball left side. Rosales to his left will throw out Beltre and end the first inning. A 2-run first inning for the Red Sox. 3-2 Oakland at the end of 1. Back at Fenway Park, it is 3-2. The Oakland A's on top of the Red Sox. Two teams combined for 5 runs in the first inning. Dice-K ready to deal to Adam Rosales, the third baseman, who takes strike one. Rosales' first game of the series he has appeared in, and a .273 average, 4 home runs, 19 runs batted in. Breaking ball in there for strike 2, and it's 0-2.
First breaking ball Dice-K has thrown since the one he threw for a home run to Suzuki.
Adam Rosales has started 7 of the last 11 games for the Oakland A's. Very late swing, defensive swing, protecting the plate and getting a piece. He's been very versatile so far for Bob Guerin. 36 games at second base, 2 at third, 2 in left, and 2 at shortstop. Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you in part by Eastern Bank, the official bank of the Red Sox television network. Eastern Bank, the best team in banking. Adam Rosales leading it off here in the second inning against Daisuke Matsuzaka. Through 22 first inning pitches. This is a pop-up foul ground. Veritek discards the mask and makes the catch. Get rid of it quickly and had room to work with. Grabs out number 1.
Well, Matsuzaka really good inside on Rosales with this fastball, and there's Jason Veritek stepping around all the on-deck circle stuff, and he's able to make the catch for the out. Here's the pitch from Daisuke, really good inside and tying up Rosales.
One out here in the second inning. And here's Cliff Pennington, the shortstop for the Athletics. He takes strike 1 from Daisuke.
Pennington's been in an awful slump. 0 for his last 27. Average down to .204.
First round draft choice by the Oakland A's in 2005. The 21st selection overall. From Corpus Christi, Texas. Prior to this year, it finished each of the last 2 years as a September call-up to Oakland. Made his major league debut back in 08. Bunt bid. Daisuke quickly off the mound, bare hands and throws, and Youkilis couldn't pick it. As reaching is Pennington. One thing we've learned about Daisuke is very good fielding pitcher. That time quickly off the mound, but the throw not good.
No, good throws got him at first base and got him by a couple of steps probably. Rosales trying anything to get a base hit. Daisuke off the mound quickly, but the throw's not good. Makes the play with his bare hand, a sidearm throw to first base, and Youkilis can't come up with it.
They give Pennington a base hit. So that is hit number 5 already for the Oakland A's. 1 out, 1 on. And Rajai Davis, the batter.
They'll keep an eye at first base on Pennington. He's got 6 steals on the season. He's been caught twice.
Davis takes a strike over the outside corner, and it's 0-1. Rajai Davis was claimed off waivers from the San Francisco Giants in April of 2008. Time in the big leagues with Pittsburgh, San Francisco, and now his third year with the Oakland A's. Swings at the 0-1 and bloops one down the first baseline. Euclid into foul ground, trying to make the catch over the shoulder, cannot. And goes tumbling into the dirt. Good bid by Euclid. He had really the only chance.
Nice effort here by Kevin Euclid, going back as hard as he can and over the shoulder attempt, but can't quite come up with it. Euclid has been all over the dirt in the last couple of plays. The throw from Daisuke, now the dive for the foul ball.
Pitch out, nothing doing. As Pennington remains at first base. There goes the runner at first. Pitch is in the dirt. Throw from Veritek is not going to be in time. A stolen base for Cliff Pennington in the scoring position with one out.
That's because of a very good jump at first base. Veritek has to rush to throw the one hop to second base, and not in time to get Pennington. So number 7.
Two-two to Davis. Popped up foul, backing out of play. 92 on the fastball from Daisuke. Matsuzaka giving up 3 runs in the first inning, including the 2-run home run by Kurt Suzuki. Davis went around. According to home plate umpire C.B. Buckner, rings him up, and Davis with words for Buckner on the way by. Second strikeout for Matsuzaka. 2 down in the second inning.
Big sweeping breaking ball. It never looked like it had any of the plate. And C.B. Buckner calling the swing on Rajai Davis. I think Davis had every right to ask for help down at first base on that one.
Two down in the inning. Pennington at second base. And Derek Barton, the batter, he doubled in the first inning. Came around to score the first A's run. Take strike one. Derek Barton has started all 54 games for the Oakland A's so far this season. As he takes ball 1-1-1.
Got a good eye. He's walked 37 times on the season. He's among the league leaders in that category.
He's extended his hitting streak to 9 games, a double in the first inning. Split last year between AAA Sacramento and the majors with the Oakland A's. Swing and a miss. Tardy on the cut at 93 that time from Daisuke. And it's 1-2. Two outs. Cliff Pennington at second base. Fly ball center field. Darnell McDonald coming in. He'll make the catch that ends the top of the second inning. Done with an inning and a half. It's 3-2 Oakland. Back at Fenway, Oakland on top 3-2. Jeremy Hermida leading it off here in the bottom of the second inning. Hermida, Veritek, and McDonald to face Ben Sheets, who gives up 2 first-inning runs. Now Hermida lines one to right. Ryan Sweeney back a few steps. Makes the catch for the first out of the second inning.
Cash just Scott's All-Star Ballot at Lowe's and enter to win a VIP All-Star Experience, compliments of Scott's.
One out here in the second inning for the captain, Jason Veritek. It's a .286, 7 home runs, and 12 runs batted in. Veritek came into last night's game as a defensive replacement, did not bat. And let's see who takes ball 1. Foul tip into the catcher's mitt, and it's 1-1. Curveball line to right. Sweeney there again to make the catch, 2 down. Let's send it down to Heidi.
Don, the Red Sox really turned things around in the month of May, and as Don mentioned earlier, for their efforts, 2 Red Sox players were named Pitcher of the Month and Player of the Month. David Ortiz and John Lester earned the honor after Ortiz batted .363 with 10 home runs and 27 RBI, and Lester went 5-0 with a 1.84 ERA in 6 starts. He struck out 45 batters in 44 innings. This is the first time a pair of teammates have earned the honor since June of 2006, when Minnesota's Joe Mauer and Johan Santana accomplished the feat. Don?
All right, Heidi, thank you very much. The runner-up in the American League Player of the Month was the Texas Rangers DH, Vladimir Guerrero. Had an outstanding month, but really 2 guys bouncing back in a big way, David Ortiz and Vladimir Guerrero. Guerrero hit .330 with 10 home runs. Sean Markham was the runner-up to John Lester, 5-0 mark, 1.85 ERA. For the month, but it is Lester and it is Ortiz. And as Heidi mentioned, first time that it's been done by 2 players on the same team in a while, June of 2006, Mauer and Santana. The 1-2 is fouled off. Sheets like Daisuke, trying to get into a groove here after giving up some runs in the first inning, trying to settle into this outing. Line to right, and this one will get in. Ryan Sweeney's been busy out there, plays this on a hop, and it's a 2-out single for Darnell McDonald, the 4th hit for Boston.
Actually, the Red Sox have hit the ball pretty hard in this inning off Ben Sheets. 2 line drive outs to right field. Now the base hit to right field by Darnell McDonald. Red Sox and McDonald keep away from a 1-2-3 inning.
Two down, McDonald at first base, and here is Marco Scutaro. He singled to right field in the first inning. Takes strike 1 and 93 from Sheets. There goes McDonald at first base. The pitch is a ball. The throw, not in time. Darnell McDonald steals second base and gets into scoring position with 2 down.
Good time to go. 2 outs. It's a breaking ball, looks like that time from Sheets, and the head first slide gives McDonald his 3rd steal of the season. Gets him in the scoring position with 2 outs.
Breaking ball away, and it's 2-1. Scudero last night without a base hit. Was 0 for 4 in the game with a walk. Singled in his first at bat tonight in the first inning. This one chopped back to the mound. Sheets has got it. The throw is good, and the inning is over. The Red Sox leave Darnell McDonald at second base. We played 2. It's 3-2 Oakland. They're at Fenway Park. Red Sox trailing 3-2 to the Oakland A's. Ryan Sweeney leading it off here in the third inning. There's strike one from Daisuke Matsuzaka. 42 pitches for Daisuke as he starts this third inning. 3, 4, and 5 for the A's. Fastball away, 1-1. Daisuke giving up 3 first-inning runs, including a 2-run home run by Kurt Suzuki. To left center field, Jeremy Hermida moves over and makes the catch for the first out of the third inning.
The Red Sox have done extremely well against some of the best teams in the American League, and they've done it with the most part without Jacoby Ellsbury. Visit NESN.com/Don to see how the Red Sox are adjusting without him in the lineup. That's you.
It's the mailbag. It's once a week. I know you're there every week. I'm able to track who goes there, and I always see Jerry Remy on there watching.
Well, I know when you answer the questions very early on a Wednesday morning.
Yes.
So I'm there very, as soon as they're answered, I'm there.
One down here in the third inning. Kurt Suzuki, 2-run home run in the first. This is by Scudero and into left center field. McDonald over to play it. And ringing single for Suzuki, who's hit the ball hard twice tonight. He's at first with 1 down.
Came into the game 2 for 5 against Daisuke. The home run on a breaking ball. Now the fastball up the middle for the base hit off Matsuzaka.
So 1 out, 1 on. It brings up Jack Cust. Well, certainly, Jerry, one of the questions we get a lot in the mailbag every week is about injuries and injury updates. And Today's injury update was not very good. I guess the part about Cameron was good, but the bad part was Josh Beckett being backed off some 10 days from pitching, throwing on the side or any of that stuff, and that just does not ring like it's good at all.
No, it doesn't sound good at all. 10 days with no throwing at all, just, conditioning work to stay in shape. So, I mean, it's going to be a long time before you see Josh Beckett back on the mound pitching in a major league game. It's going to be almost like starting over when he does.
Well, that is a long chunk of time. Terry Francona talked about repeating his delivery and not being able to do this and that, but he also made reference, as this one is in the air to left field. Hermida coming in and to his left makes the catch, and there's 2 down. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the first time we heard about a lat problem as well.
I thought that's what Terry said in the meeting this afternoon. And of course, compensating your delivery can cause other problems, and I think that's what they're very, very concerned about right now with Josh Beckett. They said they sat down with John Farrell, Josh Beckett, talked it over, and decided that this is the course of action that they were going to take.
And they're thinking about the long term. They have invested in him for a while to come, and they kind of put right now on the back burner and make sure that he is all right. You do have 5 starters, which is something that everybody talked about in spring training. Well, they got 6 really going to the spring. How's it going to work out? And you're in good shape in that regard, but backing him off 10 days at least at this point is what they're talking about today. This is pitch number 50 for Daisuke as he backs off. Mark Ellis single to center field in the first inning. There's a pop-up on the right side. Youkilis on the grass. Pedroia calls him off and makes the catch and ends the inning. 2.5 deep into this one. The A's on top 3-2. Last half of the third inning, and a ground ball foul outside at third for Pedroia. His second look at Ben Sheets. Pedroia lined out to the right fielder Ryan Sweeney. Balls have been hit pretty hard out in that direction. Sweeney's made 3 line-out catches in right field. Swing and a miss. Fooled on that one, and it's 1-2.
Change up that time from Ben Sheets. He's thrown about 3 or 4 of those so far in the ball game tonight.
Breaking ball away, and it's 2-2. On the ground, Pennington to his left. Throws out Pedroia, and there's one down in the third inning.
Discover the wonder at Foxwoods Resort Casino with more than 340,000 square feet of gaming space and world-class entertainment. Foxwoods is North America's largest casino. Come to Foxwoods and experience the wonder of it all.
One out here in the third inning. And here is David Ortiz. He doubled in the first inning and came around to score the second Red Sox run. They have the second baseman, Mark Ellis, on the outfield grass, but they leave Pennington on the left side of the infield, the shortstop. David last night 0 for 4 in the first game of the series. It snapped a season-high 8-game hitting streak. As he takes ball 2, 2-1. Player of the month in the month of May, hitting .363 in May, 4 doubles, 10 home runs, 27 RBIs. There's strike 2. And it's a full count now to Ortiz. Ball 4 and David down to first base. First walk given up by Ben Sheets. Kevin Youkilis coming up. That's his single that scored 2 runs for Boston in the first inning. Youkilis leading the majors with 43 walks. I know I've referenced the mailbag quite a bit, Jerry, already tonight. One of the questions this week was, is Kevin Youkilis changing his approach? And you take a look at all the walks over the last year. This one was in foul ground and caught by Barton. And, the thing that pops out to me, Jerry, is that perhaps he has never changed his approach, but people certainly respecting how good a hitter he is and not getting some of the pitches that he got in the past and just being selective and walking a lot.
Is that how you answered it?
That's exactly how I answered. What do you think?
I would agree with you, Don. 43 walks on a season already for Kevin Youkilis. And, he has been more aggressive than when he was younger when he came up. But I agree with you. He's a feared hitter right now in the Red Sox lineup, so he gets a lot more respect than he did in his younger days.
This is back at Sheets, who will underhand it to first. Good to know that we're on the same page. It's 3-2 Oakland A's.
It's because I read your stuff.
The A's on top of the Red Sox as the bottom third of the Oakland A's order expected. Gabe Gross, Adam Rosales, and Cliff Pennington expected to face Daisuke Matsuzaka. Swing and a miss for strike one, and Gross out ahead of that change. Gross fly to center field in the first inning. His second look at Matsuzaka tonight. Daisuke giving up 3 runs in the first inning. He's given up 2 hits since. Flying into right field, a base hit. Leadoff single for Gabe Gross as we check back in with Heidi.
Don, we have some breaking baseball news for you. Ken Griffey Jr. has just announced his retirement from baseball today. Mariners manager Don Wakamatsu told reporters earlier today after Griffey did not report to Safeco Field for the team's game against Minnesota. Griffey, 40 years old, has not been the all-star caliber player he was this year. He's batting .184 with no home runs in a reduced role. The future Hall of Famer will finish with 630 career home runs. That's 5th all-time. Don?
All right, Heidi, thank you very much. It's been a disappointing beginning for the season for the Seattle Mariners. Pretty improved ball club during the offseason. And they're 20-31 out of the gate, 7 games back. But, Jerry, you can make an argument at one point in his career that he was the best player in the game.
Absolutely, and you can imagine what those numbers would look like had he been able to stay healthy throughout his career. Had a lot of injuries to deal with, especially when he was in Cincinnati.
That appeared to be a great homecoming for him where he is from. Going back to Cincinnati, a lot was made of it, but he just could never stay healthy there. Adam Rosales here with the runner at first base and a check on Gross, who's back to the bag. Ground ball down third baseline, foul, and it's 0-2.
Anything else in your mailbag you want to touch on while you're...
I'm trying to think what else is in there today. That'll come to me. It was very early this morning. Euclid, Ellsbury.
Let me guess.
Oh, I know. It was a question on John Lackey. I'm wondering about when he would sort of return to consistency, and last night he certainly battled his way through but hung in there like a veteran. You take a look over the years for John Lackey. He's a guy who he's streaky like a hitter in some sense, in that he can run off 6-7 in a row, and he's still kind of waiting for that to happen, but you fully expect it too, because it's a pretty good sample size there for Lackey over the years. Do you agree with that?
And that's pretty much what you said in your mailbag. I can't disagree with it.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to disagree with anything you write.
So far, so good. This is all good. I don't remember what else was in there, though. Do you? I mean, if you read it.
Well, I read a lot of other things, too, this morning.
You did?
So, yeah, it's not fresh. It's not
really
really fresh.
A really long time. Oh, wait a minute. Upcoming schedule. You were bored with this. You didn't even read it?
I didn't read that one, though. That doesn't interest me.
The reason being,
tonight's game's important, not the upcoming schedule.
Well, 2 weeks ago, we talked about we'd find out a lot about this Red Sox team. As this one gets through the left side, and a base hit as Gross takes second, and it's 2 on, nobody out for the A's here in the 4th.
Both base hits coming on off-speed pitches against Daisuke. It was Gross on a changeup, an 0-2 changeup. This time a slider that gets by the dive of Adrian Beltre. So the A's got something going. First and second, nobody out.
Working towards the bottom of the order, Cliff Pennington coming up here with 2 on, nobody out. Yeah, the point of it was that 2 weeks ago we were talking about all the tough teams the Red Sox had to play. We'd find out a lot about the Red Sox once they get through that stretch of the Twins, the Yankees, the Phillies, and they did really well. But my point was that coming up here, facing some teams that are under 500, just as important as you have this next road trip, especially coming up against Baltimore and Cleveland. I mean,
that's why I'd be no good in a mailbag situation, because
you don't care.
No, I really don't. I would have had like a one-word answer. The only game that's important is the one coming up tonight.
Yeah, Terry Francona would agree with you, because that's his thought process.
That's how baseball players go about it. They don't
just
look at
tonight.
the upcoming schedule.
So you're never worried about the upcoming games.
Nope.
It's right now.
I'm worried about this situation we got going right here.
Will Bunts down the third base line is foul. And it's 0-2.
I can honestly say, as a player, you never really fought ahead like that, 2 weeks ahead, looking at the schedule. I mean, you knew who was coming in next on a homestand, stuff like that, because you would look at the pitchers that you were going to be facing on that particular homestand or next series. But, to look 2 or 3 weeks in advance, just didn't do that. That's like a lifetime away for a baseball player. That's probably how I would answer that if I had a mailbag.
Just swinging a miss.
Thank goodness I don't.
Billington strikes out. It was the third K for Matsuzaka, one down.
Climbs the ladder, goes upstairs around the Oakland sign on the uniform to pick up that strikeout. Plus, as fast as I type, it would take me like 3 days to do a 5-question mailbag.
You get better at it. 1 out, 2 on, and Rajay Davis, the batter. Swing and a miss. Davis has grounded out and struck out. This guy giving up singles to Gross and Rosales to begin this inning. Strikes out Pennington. 1 out, 2 on, and an 0-1 pitch coming to Rajay Davis. It's 0-2. There's Derek Martin waiting on deck here in the 4th inning. On the ground at third base, Beltre touches third, fires across, double play. It gets Daisuke out of the jam here in the 4th inning. 3.5 done. It's 3-2 Oakland. 3-2, the Oakland A's on top of the Red Sox as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Adrian Beltre, Jeremy Hermida, and Jason Varitek in the inning. Beltre grounded out to third base in the first inning. Ground ball this time to short. Pennington rounds behind it, and the throw in time.
It's time now for the Coors Light Cold Hard Blast. And last night, Adrian Beltre hit number 6 on the season. On the breaking ball, Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
One down here in the fourth inning. Jeremy Hermida, the batter. Hermida lined out to the right fielder Ryan Sweeney in the second inning. There's a strike, 3-1 to Hermida. On the ground to first base. Derek Barton will take it to the bag himself, and there's 2 down.
Red Sox fans, make your June a memorable one. For a limited time only, come see the Red Sox take on these Oakland Athletics, as well as an interleague battle with either the Philadelphia Phillies or LA Dodgers with our new interleague double play packs. Visit RedSox.com to get your packs before it's too late.
2 down here in the fourth inning, and here's Jason Varitek lined out to right field. And his first at bat in the second inning. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Shades has retired 4 batters in a row. There's a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-2. He gave up 2 first inning runs. He's given up 1 hit since and a walk. Fastball up and in for ball 1.
And Sheets works at a pretty quick pace. He gets that ball. He's right back on the rubber, ready to throw.
Swing and a miss. It gets by him, 94. Strikeout number 1 for Sheets ends the fourth inning. We head for the fifth. Baseball on Nesson is brought to you in part by Eastern Bank, the official bank of the Red Sox television network. Eastern Bank, the best team in banking. We saw this gentleman with his sign during the pregame show. And it's kind of yesterday's news, but I guess it's still news. Our producer, Russ Cannon, enjoyed his birthday yesterday, but this gentleman thinks it is today.
Well, if anybody would have 2 birthdays in 1 year, it'd be Russ Cannon.
You're right about that. Our current producer, who is here tonight, will be enjoying his birthday tomorrow, Jed Fisher. He's newly married, and we wish him well. He won't be working with us tomorrow. As Derek Barton stands in and takes strike 1.
When did he get married?
I think like a week ago.
Really?
It's very fresh. They've been married for a total of 6 days. They're still married. It's 0-2 to Derek Barton. It's actually May 23rd. It's longer than I thought.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So it's not that fresh.
It's been over a week. 0-2 is up high, ball 1. Martin Sweeney and Suzuki here in the 5th. 66 pitches for Daisuke, 52 of them strikes. Pretty good ratio. 78%. Turned into a beautiful night here at Fenway Park. It's been a nice day. Play day baseball here tomorrow. Red Sox and A's in the final game of the series. This one line foul down into the grandstand area. Hangs it 1-2 to Barton. And it's 2-2. Daisuke gave up back-to-back base hits to begin the 4th, but he got a strikeout and then was able to induce a double play to end the 4th inning. 70th pitch is strike 3 over the outside corner. 4th strikeout for Daisuke, and a pitch that appeared to be away, but C.B. Buckner rings up Derek Barton for the first out of the 5th.
A changeup that time from Matsuzaka. You're right, Don. It did look to be out of the strike zone, and you can see why Barton didn't like it.
So 1 down here in the 5th. C.B. Buckner behind the plate tonight. As Ryan Sweeney takes strike 1. Sweeney a double in the first inning. Flied out to left in the 3rd. Certainly cause for concern in the first inning for Daisuke. Gave up 3 runs right out of the gate with 1 out of the inning, but he's settled down extremely well since. 1 out here in the 0-2. Strikes out Sweeney, and it's back-to-back Ks for Daisuke. His 5th strikeout of the game, 2 down.
Well, they get Barton on a changeup away. This time he goes fastball away to Sweeney to pick up the strikeout at 93 miles an hour. Jeremy Hermida caught that ball in left field earlier in the ball game. It may not have been a big first inning for the Athletics.
He's been ahead of the last 6 batters, 0-2. Well, it's 2 down here in the 5th inning. And Kurt Suzuki, who took him deep, 2-run home run in the 1st inning, and then singled off Matsuzaki in the 3rd. Swing and a miss. For Suzuki, that home run was his 5th of the year. Swing and a miss by him at 94. It's 0-2.
And a good sign right now for Daisuke, not walking people like he did in his last outing.
7th straight batter has been ahead 0-2.
Fastball away, it looks like.
On the ground towards second. Pedroia on 2 hops. Throws out Suzuki, and Daisuke now is rolling along halfway through this one. 3-2, Oakland on top. Eastern Bank Charitable Foundation will donate $500 to the Boys and Girls Club of Lowell. It is on to the bottom of the 5th inning at Fenway Park. A 3-2 Athletics lead. All the scoring in this game in the 1st inning. Darnell McDonald leading it off. Taking the breaking ball for strike 1. McDonald singled to right field in the 2nd inning. Now hits a fly ball well to left. Back goes Gross looking up. It's high off the wall. Rajay Davis gets it back in quickly, but it's a leadoff wall ball double for Darnell McDonald.
2 at-bats in this game against Sheets, who he's never faced. 2 hits, a single back in the 2nd inning. Now the double high off the wall. Fastball down and in to Darnell McDonald. He likes that ball inside and just missed a home run by a couple of feet. Don?
He's safe at second. Safe and secure New York life. Scudero, the bunt bid down the 3rd baseline with a kick foul. Now backspin on it. Gonzalez made sure it got foul. McDonald has led off the 5th inning with a double. Marco Scudero with the count of 0-1. Straight back, 0-2.
Looked like on that first bunt, it's Marco Scudero was bunting on his own for base hit down that third base line. I don't think the bunt sign was put on by Terry Francona.
Scudero now, Pedroia next. Nobody out here in the 5th inning. A double for Darnell McDonald has him at second base. There's an 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt, gathered by Suzuki. Breaking ball popped up, foul ground. Barton is there, and he makes the catch. Scudero fouls out for the first out of the inning. No advance for the base runner. It's time for a game break, and Tom Caron, TC. Okay, Tom, thanks very much. Unbelievable. Well, it has worked out here lately, and we got a guy in the ballpark tonight who's got one of them. Dallas Braden, who was able to do it earlier this year for this Oakland A's team. Prior to this season, there never been more than one in a season. There's already been 2. He's got one of them. One out, runner at second. Pedroia waiting on a 1-0. It is strike one, 1-1. David Ortiz, who's already been on twice in tonight's game, waits on deck. And Shoots trying to work his way around a leadoff double by Darnell McDonald. It's outside, ball 2. Pedroia to center field. Davis was headed back, now comes in a step to make the catch for the second out of the inning. And Pedroia is retired for the second out here in the 5th. So Sheets, who gives up a leadoff double, has been able to get Scudero and Pedroia. Now here comes David Ortiz.
That's what hurts when you don't get advance that runner to third base. You get that fly ball from the next hitter who probably would have scored a run. Instead, the man's still standing at second base now with 2 outs.
Pedroia 0 for 3 in the game tonight. And 1 for his last 21. Swing and a miss for strike one.
David fooled on a changeup that time from Ben Sheets. A changeup registering around anywhere from 83 to 85 miles an hour.
Inside ball 1-1-1. Ortiz fooled, and it's 1-2.
So far in this at bat, Ortiz has seen the fastball, the changeup, and then the curveball.
Elevated. Ortiz did not chase, says Kerwin Danley. And it's 2-2. We're up at 91. Runs it inside this time at 94, full count.
Red Sox Nation, if you need medical care while at Fenway Park, visit the Beth Israel Deaconess First Aid Stand behind Section 12. Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center is the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox. Visit them at bidmc.org.
Full count to Ortiz. Euclid waits on deck. This will be pitch number 80 of the night for Ben Sheets. Ortiz fouls it off. David may have gotten Suzuki on the backswing. He was quick to check him out. Happens a fair amount of time.
Yeah, David with that big swing. Here comes the backswing, and it looks like it gets Suzuki right off the right arm.
McDonald at second base representing the tying run. 3-2 pitch. Ortiz to right field. Down the line towards the corner. It is gone. David Ortiz with a 2-run home run. Red Sox not only tie it, they take the lead. May has turned into June for David Ortiz, who keeps it rolling.
Number 12 on the season for David Ortiz. Ben Sheets challenges Ortiz with a fastball, and Ortiz up to the challenge. Tries to sneak that fastball by him, gets it out over the plate, and Ortiz hooks it down in the right field seats.
Sixteenth home run for David Ortiz against the Oakland A's. Hess and Hess Express, the proud sponsors of the Red Sox and the Red Sox on Nesson during the 2010 Red Sox season. Hess and Hess Express will donate $500 to the Red Sox Foundation for every home run hit by the Red Sox. Hess and Hess Express committed to helping the cause. Euclid grounds out and ends the inning with a 2-run shot for David Ortiz. The Red Sox lead it 4-3. It's the top of the sixth inning, and the Red Sox have a 4-3 lead, their first lead of the contest. As we head to the sixth inning, Daisuke Matsuzaka facing Jack Cust. And a swing and a miss for strike one. Daisuke gave up 3 runs in the first, and since then has 4 shutout innings, giving his offense a chance to put some runs on the board, and they have done just that to take the lead. A 1 pitch to Cust. A breaking ball in there for strike 2. Pitching line brought to you by Ace Ticket. 5+ innings, 8 hits, 3 runs. All in the first. No walks, 5 strikeouts. And it's 8 batters in a row now that Daisuke has gotten ahead 0-2. And he strikes out Jack Cust, 6th K for Daisuke Matsuzaka, 1 down.
The Amica Pitch Zone is brought to you by Amica Insurance. Amica Insurance is not just how you're covered, it's how you're treated. And in the 5th inning, Daisuke had a 1-2-3 inning. A changeup strikeout to Barton, a fastball strikeout to Sweeney, and a ground ball out to second base to Suzuki and a fastball away.
1 out in the 6th inning for Mark Ellis. And it's strike 1 over the outside corner. That was singled to center field in the 1st inning, popped out to second in the 3rd. It's unbelievable. Another 0-2 count. 9 batters in a row. It's a nice way to work if you can do it. Ellis pops it up down the first baseline. Youkilis into foul ground. Little leap at the end, 2 down.
Ball a little bit deeper than Youkilis anticipated, but still able to make the catch for the 2nd out of the inning.
2 down here in the 6th for Gabe Gross. He had 3 hits in the game last night. Is 1 for 2 tonight. Single to right field in the 4th inning. And 1 of 8 hits the A's have tonight off Daisuke Matsuzaka. Takes strike 1 on the breaking ball. Outside, and it's 1-1.
Steve Veritek pointing to his shoulder, telling Daisuke, keep that front shoulder in. Don't let it fly open. That's what caused that changeup to go away from Gabe Gross.
Jason Veritek coaching while catching, something he's done really for a long time. Jam, but gets it into center field. Gabe Gross has got his 2nd hit of the night. Breaks up a string of 7 in a row retired by Daisuke Matsuzaka.
Well, Gabe Gross has been hard. He came in this game 10 for his last 23. Now 2 for 3. Gets the breaking ball, a slider from Daisuke, and takes it up the middle for the base hit. So keeps Daisuke away from consecutive 1-2-3 innings.
The A's have a 2-out base runner in Gabe Gross for Adam Rosales. He fouled out in the 2nd inning, singled in the 4th. Pops it up right side of the infield. Youkilis and Pedroia will make the catch. Equidistant between 1st and 2nd. We played 5.5. It's 4-3. And therefore, strike one to J.D. Drew. Get this bottom of the 6th inning started. J.D. Drew, Adrian Beltre, Jeremy Hermida. 0-1 to right field for Drew. Sweeney going back to the corner at the wall. Can't make the catch. And Drew is thinking 3. Headed towards third base. He will get there standing.
Well, J.D. Drew came into this game with 4 career home runs off Ben Sheets. He gets a breaking ball. It almost hits number 5. Didn't miss by very much. Right off the bottom of the wall out there in right field. J.D. around second, no problem with the triple. Stand-up triple.
First triple since last year, September the 15th. He's at third to start the bottom of the 6th inning. Red Sox looking to obtain some insurance. There's Beltre, pops it up into shallow left. It's the shortstop Pennington who makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Time for a game break, and Tom Caron, TC. Wow. How about that?
You're kidding me.
That's unbelievable.
I mean, unless he was bobbling the ball, he's out by a half a step.
That's amazing.
Wow. That is an awful call. Unless he was bobbling the ball, which we couldn't tell from that angle.
Jim Joyce, the first base umpire there tonight. There's a ground ball foul outside of first. You know, you hope in every situation when that comes down that it'll be clean single or something that's easy to call so that it's not left up to that situation. There you have it.
From that angle, that looked like a pretty easy call.
Yeah, it did. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Ben Sheets. The pitching line is brought to you by Lexus. 5 1/3, 7 hits, 4 runs. Walk and a strikeout. Popped up with the infield in. Pennington will make the catch, and there's 2 down.
Tomorrow at 12:30, Olympia Sports presents the Boston Globe Red Sox Game Day Live with TC, Eck, Heidi, Don, and me. Eck will examine Jim Wakefield's day game success. We'll preview the upcoming 7-day road trip, and Bruins legend Ken Hodge will stop by. It's all coming up tomorrow at 12:30 only on NESN. They must have had some kind of argument over that, I would imagine.
I would think so. J.D. Drew triples to begin this inning. He's at third base with now 2 outs in the inning. And Sheets has battled back to get 2 pop-outs. And he's jumped ahead of Veritek 0-1. Veritek has lined out to right, struck out swinging. As he appeared to swing at the 1-1, they check, and he did, according to Kerwin Danley. 1-2.
I think Jason did go around on that pitch. He's trying to shake it off, say no, but didn't get any help from Danley.
Jason Veritek in there tonight. Of course, you got the day game tomorrow. After a night in which Victor Martinez had an amazing night last night, 5 for 5 with 4 doubles in the game. Veritek pops it up. Back at second base, it is Mark Ellis. And Sheets works his way around a leadoff triple. Red Sox lead at 4-3 at the end of 6. Top of the 7th inning, it's 4-3. Red Sox on top. Cliff Pennington will lead it off here for the A's, followed by Rajay Davis. Derek Barton, the bat here in the 7th. Dice K's 87th pitch of his outing. And it's outside, ball 1. Cliff Pennington singled, stole a base in the 2nd inning, and struck out in the 4th. Fly ball down the left field line, foul, and out of play. Well, this has been an amazing number to watch throughout the night. SK right now throwing 80% strikes. Is 1-1 pitch to Pennington. There's a breaking ball, and it's strike 2.
That's a pitch also that's come along as you look at Brad Ziegler loosening up, but that's come along for Daisuke as the game is going on, that slider.
Swing and a miss. He strikes out Pennington for the 2nd time tonight. It's the 7th strikeout from Matsuzaka.
Daisuke upstairs, up and in against Pennington to pick up the strikeout. 2nd time he's got him in his fastball back in the 4th inning.
1 out in the 7th inning for Rajay Davis. He was 0 for 3 in the game. He was grounded out, struck out, grounded into a double play. Red Sox done a great job of keeping him off the base paths. Longest starting of the year for Daisuke, the 8-inning effort. No hitter he flirted with at Philadelphia. Down and away, 1-1. Daisuke has had 1 3-ball count on the night, and that was back in the 1st inning. It's outside, ball 2, 2-1. In that inning, he fell behind Jack Cuss 3-0, and then came back to strike him out on the next 3 pitches. It's a 2-1 to Davis, and it is lined to first. Youkilis makes the grab, 2 down.
Want to cheer on the Red Sox for the legendary Green Monster? Pick up the Boston Sunday Globe this Sunday, June 6th, to find out how you can win a pair of Fenway's most sought-after seats. The Boston Globe and Boston.com. We've got you covered, Boston.
2 down in the 7th inning. Derek Barton, the batter. He doubled back in the 1st inning and scored. Since then, he's flied out and struck out. As he takes strike 1.
I don't think Derek Barton's been real happy with C.B. Buckner tonight. Certainly was not happy in that last strikeout back in the 5th inning.
Ball 1, 1-1. On the outside corner, and it's 1-2.
Last time up, Derek Barton had that changeup away from him that he thought was outside. And then I think the pitch in this at bat thought he was up and in, but called a strike by C.B. Buckner.
The 1-2 pitch to Derek Barton. Down and in, and it's Ryan Sweeney on deck. 2 outs here in the top half of the 7th inning. So it fouled off to left and out of play. SK about to throw his 100th pitch of the night. 2 outs in the 7th. Deuces are wild on the scoreboard in the left. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. In the dirt. And Martin got hit. So down at first base. Hit batsman with 2 outs in the inning. It's time for a game break. And Tom Caron, TC.
Wow. Out. Yeah. Got a snow cone, but he had it. He wasn't bobbling it around. You can imagine those Tigers were a little bit hot when that game was over.
Comes John Farrell, Daniel Bard up in the pen. As Daisuke gets ready to deal here, he's behind 1-0 to Ryan Sweeney. And
stay with us immediately following the game today for WB Mason Extra Innings Live with TC, Peter Gammons, Eck, and Heidi. You'll get a breakdown of tonight's game. Terry Francona will offer his post-game thoughts, and we'll debate the topic, who is the best team in the AL West? It's all coming up right after the game with TC, Peter Gammons, Eck, and Heidi.
And tonight we'll also be taking a look at Galarraga's bid for the perfect game. I'm sure there'll be lots to talk about after that game tonight. And, of course, the retirement today and the announcement of Ken Griffey Jr. So lots of stuff going on. 2 outs, runner at first. Ryan Sweeney is the batter. And there's a high strike, 1-1.
That's the only thing I could think of, Don. When we got that first look at it, was there some type of bobble that was occurring? And there was a snow cone, but he had it.
I guess Jim Joyce's thinking is, when did he have it? SK up over 100 pitches with 2 outs here in the 7th inning. Ball 2-2-1. Kurt Suzuki waits on deck. Outside, ball 3. It's the second 3-ball count of the night. Fouled off himself, and will do it again here. It's full count now, 3-2. Try to get that protective shin guard on the right leg. And fouled it down in that general direction. Bill Sheets, he has battled his way through the first 6 innings. Will be off at first base with 2 down in the inning. And a 3-2 pitch to Ryan Sweeney. In the air down the right field line, foul. Whether you're looking to make home improvements, consolidate debt, or pay for college tuition, a home equity line of credit from Eastern Bank is right for you. With flexible terms and great rates, it's the smart solution. Eastern Bank, the best team in banking. Member FDIC. 2 outs in the 7th. Bard at first base. Again with 3-2 from Diceco. Sweeney fouls it back. Two pitch to Sweeney. Foul back again.
3-2 backdoor breaking ball that time. Good job by Sweeney fouling that pitch off. This is pretty nasty. Looks like it was going to pick up the outside corner, but Sweeney's able to just make contact and give himself another chance.
Ninth pitch of the at-bat for Ryan Sweeney. That's a ground ball up the middle and into center field, a base hit. Barton will head for third base. And it's first and third now with 2 down.
That's a good at-bat for Sweeney right there as Terry Francona makes his way out of the dugout. Fouled off a very tough pitch, then picked up the base hit up the middle.
They very much would like to have gotten Daisuke Matsuzaka through the 7th to line this thing up. But instead, Bard will come in now with 2 outs and the tying run 90 feet away. It's 4-3 Boston. Well, moments ago, Daisuke Matsuzaka, the tip of the cap, standing ovation here in Fenway Park. He comes off. They have 3 runs in the first, but none since. Is responsible for the runners at the corners, 2 down in the 7th inning. And it's Daniel Bard into the game. It's called the bullpen. It was brought to you by New England Ford Dealers. It is Kurt Suzuki with runners at first and third who takes strike 1. 27th appearance, a 1-1 record, 2.00 earned run average in 27 innings. He's got 29 strikeouts. Tying run 90 feet away. 0-1 to Suzuki. the first baseline foul. It's 0-2.
Well, what a nice job tonight by Dice K, getting ahead of hitters, using all his pitches, his fastball, his slider, his changeup. Certainly a different Dice K than we saw last time out.
Chance to get his 4th win if the pen can help him out, as this is his numbers as they stand right now. He is responsible for Bart at 3rd, Sweeney at 1st. 10 hits. 0-2 pitch to Suzuki. Foul back. 99 on the gas from Bard. Bard has held opponents scoreless in each of his last 8 games. 7 1/3 innings pitched during that stretch. He's given only 2 hits up during that stretch. 0-2 again. Slider and it is foul just outside the line at 3rd. It was from 99 to a slider. It was 87, and Suzuki hangs in there to foul it off.
Got too much of the plate that time from Daniel Bond for the slider. Wanted to go away from Suzuki. See where Veritek set up, but the breaking ball stays out over the plate. And fortunately, foul.
Another one, and Suzuki can't get this one. Back-to-back sliders. 4-3, Red Sox still on top. Time now for a Sports Desk update with Cole Wright.
Four to 3, the Red Sox have the lead as we go to the bottom of the 7th. The top performer of the game is brought to you by Jaguar, and it's going to be Daisuke Matsuzaka tonight. Let's take a look at 3 of his 7 strikeouts in this game. 109 pitches, 84 strikes for Daisuke in this ball game tonight. And he'll walk off the mound with a little tip of the cap to the fans.
4-3, Red Sox on top as it's on to the bottom of the 7th inning and on to a new pitcher for the Oakland Athletics. After 6 innings tonight from Ben Sheets, Brad Ziegler. His end of the game, his 25th appearance, 2-2 mark, 2.19 ERA. Ronald McDonald had a good night against Ben Sheets, a single and a double, and a scored run. Broken back, grounder foul. the business side of the bat out at shortstop. Action in the Oakland pen. Craig Breslow, we saw in last night's game, the lefty warming up. One, two to McDonald. In there for strike three. And now McDonald has worked for C.B. Bucknor. One down in the seventh.
Ziegler threw that breaking ball right at Darnell McDonald, and a little slide on it picks up apparently the inside corner. Meeker will show it inside, but according to C.B. Bucknor, strike three.
One out for Marco Scutaro. Fouls the first pitch off to the right. And for Brad Ziegler, he's not allowed to run in his last 8 outings. 9 innings pitched, 8 hits, but no runs. He has held right-handed hitters to a 155 average. This is away, and it's 1-1. Last year made 69 relief appearances. 7 saves, a 3.07 earned run average. Line towards left center field. Man, that'll get in for a base hit to the track and the wall. Marco Scutaro to second base with his second hit of the night. It's a 1-out double in the 7th.
Well, Scutaro is certainly familiar with a lot of these pitches on this Oakland staff. Ziegler with that fastball that runs back inside on Scutaro, and he'll find the gap in left center field for the 2-base hit.
One out, Scutaro at second base. Red Sox looking to obtain some insurance here in the 7th. Dustin Pedroia 0 for 3. As he takes ball 1 away. Interesting to see if Bob Guerin goes to get Breslow with Ortiz waiting on deck. One out. He went after it. It's 1-1. As Breslow, Ortiz is 1 for 4 against Breslow in his career. Pedroia softly lines it into left for a base hit. Marco Scutaro being waved around. He will score. It's a double for Pedroia, and the Red Sox lead it 5-3.
Couple of nights, Dustin Pedroia hits the balls pretty hard for outs. This ball's not hit hard, but it's a base hit and a big base hit. Gets it around a label of the bat and up over the head of Rosello at third base.
They're going to put Ortiz on. They're getting the attention of Kurt Suzuki, and they will not pitch to Ortiz. Youkilis waiting on deck 0 for 2 in his career against Ziegler. Tonight, he had a 2-run home run back in the 5th, a double in the 1st, and a walk. So this marks the 4th time that he has been on base.
Now, tomorrow they wake up with a 1-hour replay of the previous night's game on Breakfast with the Sox, brought to you by the all-new BK Brunch menu from Burger King. With 10 new items to try, like the BK Breakfast Bowl, BK Ultimate Breakfast Platter, and a non-alcoholic BK Mimosa. now even get a Whopper sandwich during breakfast hours. It's brunch with BK Way, mornings till 10:30. Participation may vary. I'm full after reading that.
Tyson Ross, who we saw last night very briefly, is up in the pen along with Breslow. There's ball 1 to Kevin Youkilis. Inning in 2/3 saw both the gentlemen of the pen give up 3 runs last night. Down and in. Nice play by Suzuki. 2-0. Youkilis with a single back in the first to drive in 2 runs. The bats here with 2 on, 1 away. Fouled off 2-1. Last year, Brad Ziegler is trying to do this here. He led American League relievers and ranked 2nd in the majors and grounded into double plays, inducing 14 last year out of the pen. Two 2-1 to Youkilis. There's a ground ball down third baseline, foul. Six innings tonight for Ben Sheets. 7 hits, 4 runs. Walked a batter, struck out a batter. And for Sheets, he is on the hook. Departed from this game with a 1-run deficit. It's now a 2-run deficit. Red Sox on top 5-3. Ball 3, full count. On the ground towards third base. Rosales goes to second for 1 on to first, not in time. We'll get Ortiz at second base. The middleman retired for the second out of the inning. It's now first and third, 2 down.
That ball not hit hard enough for a double play. Rosales had to stop and back up right there to play the hop. And that's the difference at first base on the deuce.
Bob Guerin to make the change as Craig Breslow will come in. With 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th, it's now 5-3 Boston. 5-3, Red Sox on top of the Oakland A's. 2 outs here in the 7th inning. Left-hander Craig Breslow into the game to face lefty J.D. Drew. And it is ball 1.
All of us here at Nesson want to wish the Red Sox and Nesson want to wish best wishes to Lou Gorman, who's in the hospital. One of the nicest men you ever want to meet. Everyone is thinking about you, Lou. We miss seeing you around the park.
Lou fouls it off, and it's a ball and a strike. Breslow, who last night was touched for 1 run, 2 hits, and an inning and 2/3. It ended a string of 10 straight scoreless outings for him. His 24th appearance of the year as he deals with Pedroia at third, Youkilis at first, 2 down. And ball 2 to Drew. Drew in the past had been 3 for 6 against Ziegler. So a lefty-lefty matchup worked here for Bob Guerin. And it's a 2-1 pitch to Drew. A swing and a miss, 2-2. Drew 0 for 1 in his career against Breslow. Drew gets jammed and pops it up. First baseman Derek Barton into foul ground. It ends the inning. Red Sox get a run. We played 7. It's 5-3 Boston. Five to 3. Red Sox on top of the Athletics as Jack Cust leads it off, fouls off to the left. Daniel Bard came in, got the final out of the 7th inning as he struck out Kurt Suzuki. It's Cust, Ellis, and Gross here in the 8th. It's Papelbon who gets ready in the pen. Outside, 1-1.
That was Daniel Bard's changeup at 93 miles an hour. Looks like another one.
Swing and a miss. Effective against Cust. 1-2. It was down.
back-to-back, doubling up on the change-ups, gets the swing and miss on a pitch that's out of the strike zone from Jack Cutts.
Swinging a foul tip. He gets a piece at 99. Off the glove of Varitek, 1-2. Breaking ball for strike 3. Jack Cusk frozen. Strikes out. 2 Ks for Bard, 1 down in the 8th.
Now Bard goes to the slider to pick up the strikeout. So Cusk saw everything, a fastball, a couple of change-ups, and then the slider to put him away. Third time tonight he struck out.
1 out here in the 8th. Mark Ellis, the batter. He singled back in the first inning. 1 for 3 night for the A's second baseman. Hops it up, foul ground. Over is Varitek, but it's back in the seats. In there for strike 2, it's 0-2. Another slider from Bard. Back to the gas with the 0-2 pitch. Towards second base, Pedroia's got it. It's on to first, and there's 2 down in the 8th.
Coming up after the game, stay tuned for Granite City Electric's Red Sox final. We'll check in on some of the AL East top young pitching talent, plus hear from the Red Sox clubhouse, and we'll look ahead to the Tim Wakefield's upcoming afternoon start against the A's. It's all coming up after the game on NESN.
It'll be Tim Wakefield matched up against left-handed Brett Anderson here tomorrow afternoon. Anderson 2-1 with a 1.88 earned run average. The lefty going tomorrow for the A's. There's Gabe Gross with 2 outs and the bases empty in the 8th. Boston's bullpen coming into tonight, 8 scoreless innings. Game on May the 28th against Kansas City. They have been outstanding. It's outside, 1-1. Sox relievers own a .230 opponent batting average, third in the American League behind the Rays and Tigers. And Manny Del Carmen, who not yet seen tonight, pitched last night, leads American League relievers third in the majors with a 128 opponent batting average. On the ground to shortstop, Marco Scutaro, the first for the out, and 1-2-3-8, and Daniel Bard retires all 4 batters he faces. 5-3 Red Sox. 5-3, Red Sox on top of the Athletics. Wrapping up Sweet Caroline here at Fenway Park as we head to the last of the 8th. Beltre, Hermida, and Veritek. As Beltre with a big swing and a miss. And Breslow back on the mound. Beltre is 0 for 3 in the game. Breslow came in, drew to foul out to first baseman Derek Barton and the 7th. Came in with a 2 outs, first and third situation. Beltre down 1-2. Day away from the NBA Finals getting started. And Red Sox Nation letting the Lakers know they're here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, now 2-2 with that ball. And tight ball 3, full count. Breslow, born in Trumbull, Connecticut, resides in New Haven. Named off waivers by the A's from the Minnesota Twins. Also a member of the Red Sox in 06. There is strike 3 to Beltre. First out of the 8th.
When the temperatures really start heating up this season, make sure you call in the Relief Quench at Cumberland Farms Chill Zone. It's all your favorite frozen and fountain refreshment in one place for just 79 cents any size. The Chill Zone only at Cumberland Farms.
Pinch hitter coming up for Jeremy Hermida will be Bill Hall. Hermida tonight had been 0 for 3 in the game. All at 218 in the year, 4 home runs, 10 runs batted in. Played here last night, was 1 for 2. With a triple and a run batted in. Ball 1 outside. Foul straight back, ball and a strike. Breslow last year, 17 appearances with the Minnesota Twins, 1-2. Mentioned claimed off waivers by the Athletics. He's 7-5, all out of the pen. 12 decisions last year and 60 appearances. 2.60 ERA in Oakland. Ball 2, 2-1. Red Sox pinch hitters this season are hitting at .345. That number currently leads the American League. Just 100 points better than the second place Rays in that category. There's ball 3, 3-1. Ball 4 and Hall will head down to first base. Dunkin' Donuts is in its 11th year of hosting local youth groups and charitable organizations in the Dunkin' Dugout. Special seating section here at Fenway Park. Thousands of children have had the chance to get your Red Sox home game thanks to Dunkin' Donuts. Having a good time out there tonight, participating in the wave that just went by. Breslow on the mound with Tyson Ross in the pen, getting ready again. And a rocky outing last night, faced 2 batters and walked them both. Ended up taking the loss. Voracek is lined out, struck out, popped out. A 1-0 is a pop up. Into shallow right, out goes Ellis, in comes Sweeney. It's Sweeney, the right fielder, who makes the catch, 2 down. Two-way for Darnell McDonald. Single, double, and a strikeout. They got Hall picked off. The throw is going to be wild and into left field. He took off. Breslow noticed, and it's thrown away by Barton as he throws it into left.
Now, Barton had plenty of time to get that out at second base, but rushed it. There's the pickoff attempt. Barton tries to creep in, but he makes a double clutch towards second base and just throws it away. So Bill Hall gets in a scoring position here with 2 outs.
It is a stolen base, and the Red Sox are their second of the night. Outside for ball 1 to Darnell McDonald. Inside ball 2, 2-1. For the A's in the 9th inning. Adam Rosales, Cliff Pennington, and Rajay Davis expected. Anybody gets on, Derek Barton will have a chance. Papelbon just looking on from the pen. Here's a 2-1. It's up and away, 3-1. Pedroia waiting, rather Scudero waiting on deck here as McDonald waits on a 3-1. There is ball 4 and down to first base. There's Darnell McDonald. Second walk given up by Breslow in this inning. So 2 on, 2 down. Marco Scudero coming up. He singled in the first and scored. Grounded out in the second. Fouled out in the fifth. Doubled and scored in the seventh. Here's a bloop to shallow left center field. Falling fast and falling in for a hit. From second is Hall. He'll score. And the Red Sox take a 6-3 lead. Third hit of the night for Marco Scudero.
Well, that gives the Red Sox a little bit more of a cushion heading into the 9th inning. A bloop base hit by Marco Scudero, so 2 singles and a double on the night. Scudero picks up his 11th RBI of the season. Everybody chasing it, nobody could get to it.
Bob Guerin makes the change as Tyson Ross makes his way in. It's now 6-3 Boston. Sox on top of the Athletics now. 2 outs in the 8th. Boston has added a run here in the 8th inning. Tyson Ross is into the game. He has really struggled. His 17th appearance of the year, 1-4. With a 6.04 earned run average. As he misses inside ball 1. His last 9 1/3 innings, he's given up 13 hits and 12 runs. And his record in the last 9 1/3 is 0-4. Pedroia 1-for-4 in the game tonight with an RBI. Ball 2-2-0. McDonald at third base, Scudero at first base, and 2 outs here in the 8th. In there for a strike, and it's 2-1. Scott Atchison has joined Jonathan Papelbon. Swing and a miss, 2-2 by him at 94. Left to third, a look to first, doesn't throw to either location.
One thing about Tyson Ross is he's got a great arm. Question is, can he throw strikes with it? Last night a little bit wild when he came in here at Fenway Park.
Runner at first goes, fouled off by Pedroia. And Sheets started this game with the first 6 innings, giving up 4 runs. He is on the hook in this game. Brad Ziegler, 2/3. Craig Breslow an inning, and Tyson Ross with 2 outs here in the 8th inning of the game. McDonald at third base. Scudero across the diamond at first base. Two to Pedroia. Fouled off.
Doesn't appear that they're going to be throwing through on this 2-2 count. None of the middle infielders going to cover second base. So that would certainly negate the possibility of a double steal.
On the ground at third base, Rosales will go to second for the force out that ends the inning. Red Sox out a run, take a 6-3 lead in the 9th. as Daisuke goes 6 2/3 innings. David Ortiz homered in this game, a 2-run shot. The Red Sox a 4-3 advantage for the first time in the 5th inning, and Dustin Pedroia with a double in the 7th to drive in a run as the Red Sox take a 6-3 lead to the 9th inning. Bill Hall takes over in left field. As he pinch hit for Jeremy Hermida as part of the bottom of the 8th inning. Jonathan Papelbon into the game for the 9th. His 21st appearance, a 1-3 record, 2.86 ERA. Save situation here. He's 12 out of 13 in that category. Rosales takes strike one. Good job by Daniel Bard again tonight. He faces 4 batters, retires them all, 2 by way of the K. Tried to hold up, goes around, it's 0-2.
Split of that time from Papelbon to quickly go ahead, no balls and 2 strikes. Splitter at 92 miles an hour.
They go up, and Rosales goes back as it's inside, 1-2. Is outside. Kevin Kuzminoff has come out on deck. He would pinch hit here for Chris Pennington, scheduled to bat in this inning. Two and two to Rosales. Foul down the right field line, out of play. Swing and a miss. Papelbon strikes out Rosales for the first out of the 9th.
Another good split of that time by Papelbon to pick up the strikeout. He has really gained confidence again in that pitch. Pitch that didn't throw very much last season, but has really rediscovered it this year.
It's 10 strikeouts for Red Sox pitching in the game tonight. Daisuke at 7, Bard 2, and Papelbon's got 1. Here is Kevin Kuzminoff. Pinch hitting in the 9th, the .248 hitter, 3 homers, 25 runs batted in. Takes ball 1. It's for Cliff Pennington, who was 1 for 3 in the game with 2 strikeouts. High drive to deep left field for Kuzminoff. Deep, far, and right out of Fenway Park. A solo shot in the 9th. And brings the Oakland A's closer. It's now 6-4 Boston.
First career pinch hit home run for Kuzminoff. Gets a Jonathan Papelbon fastball and leaves the yard. Fastball middle in.
So it's 6-4, and here is Rajai Davis. Little bloop. Back goes Scudero to the outfield grass to make the catch. 2 down.
Coming up after the game, stay tuned for Granite City Electric's Red Sox final. We'll check in on some of the AL East top young pitching talent. Plus, from the Red Sox clubhouse, we'll look ahead to Tim Wakefield's upcoming afternoon start against the A's. It's all coming up after the game on Nesson.
The home run by Papelbon, the 4th allowed by Papelbon. The home run by Kuzminov, but allowed by Papelbon, 4th of the year for Pap. 2 down for Derek Barton. Line drive towards left center field, in for a base hit. Darnell McDonald over quickly to play it. And the A's will bring the tying run to the plate.
Well, that extra run the Red Sox picked up in the 8th inning on the base hit by Scudero looks very big right now. First pitch fastball. Barton jumps on it for the base hit. Red Sox outfield playing very deep.
We're 2 down. Barton at first base. And Ryan Sweeney, the batter. He was 2 for 4 in the game tonight. This is chopped up the middle. Scudero's got it. Throw to first. Red Sox win. They take the first 2 games of this 3-game series from Fenway Park. A 6-4 victory tonight. Back with more from Fenway Park after this.